we did last week. So I'm here in side control. I'm going to get my frames in. I'm going to post, trim, get my top foot back in. As soon as that top foot is in, pivot myself back into butterfly, sit myself up, sit hip back. Questions? Review from last week. So if I'm here with Mr. Troyer, great question. Why go top leg in first? This leg is going to be blocked by his knee. So getting this knee in is going to be really hard. It's going to be hard to turn myself in. Where when I go this leg in, I've created the opening and can manage the distance here where I can drive my knee through. That's why you go top. Use that to push it back, sit top. Questions on this drill? We're just going to use it as the intro to all your moves today. We're just going to go straight from this. Alright, this week we're covering the head snap guillotine series. We're going to use that. Some of it's going to be inogi. We're here. I set myself up in this butterfly guard. All I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to palm the nice man bun that Mr. Troyer has here. He's an adult man who doesn't have working haircut. And I'm going to snap him into my hand like his head's a football. It's the best way I can describe it. You're going to catch the point of his chin right in the palm of your hand. You're going to put the top of his head into your bicep and tuck him into your chest. So I'm here, head, and once I'm there, I'm going to reach this hand in and grab the fatty part of my feet. As I get there, I'm going to put my hands in as I fall to this side. A couple things are going to happen here. I get here, pop. I'm going to be rolling this and tucking my head into his back. Basically trying to put my forehead or my head where the tag of his t-shirt. As I'm doing that, I'm pulling in and elevating. Alright. We're here, we're rolling that in and pulling in. Now, there's two good options that happen. Option one, I snap it in and get the guillotine. I don't have to pull all the way back, but maybe part of the way, and I get this guillotine. Option two, guys, all we're going to do is use this head snap to elevate and come on top. So you either use it to finish that guillotine, if you're like, man, it's not it, use it to sweep. A little bit, I'm controlling the distance. So if I'm here and I gotta fall back and he starts to really crowd me and drive on top of me, I can use that to maintain my distance. But I'm not pushing him away because that's gonna give him space to pop that head. So when I'm here, all I'm trying to do is close everything off so that I'm right here. Squeezing, finish. Yeah, I'm trying to keep him right in the center because the easy defense that all of you know, if you've done our warm-up drills before as we're here, is to jump over. Then this can be tight but still ineffective. So when I'm here, I snap that head, I pull in, and I'm trying to keep this knee high and pulled into me. So if he goes to jump there, I can just elevate him up. Yeah, if he goes to jump hard, I'm just going to follow to the top. So if I'm here, I'm not going to hold this tight because Gavin's going to run out of air here eventually. I got to pull this back. If he goes to jump hard, follow it. Questions on that? So I'm here. I frame. So boom, I'm here. I frame. Top foot in. Swivel up. Boom, I'm here. As soon as I hit top, I'm clubbing the back of that main bun. Boom. Grab and attack. You're either using that to choke or using it as a setup to sweep. Questions on that? Alright. 1, 2, 3. And we're right here. He gets the side control right. I frame. Things go well. Boom, I come up and I'm here. We hit that head snap, but some of you are feeling the natural inclination to come over the top of the arm. Fight that if you can, because I always like to have this guillotine, no arm. And one major detail, I'm keeping that chin cup the entire time. I'm cupping that chin and rolling my hands through his throat. Does that make sense? But let's say he's just grabbing your waist or something like that and you end up with an arm open. There's only really one adjustment you have to make. You don't take him off to the side as much as you center.
Yeah.
So here, you see how he's kind of off into my armpit? The second I come over the top, I just shift him into my center line.
Get in my bag and
Once I'm here, I push everything in.
yeah, very bottom of my bag right there.
Benefit of that is, if he keeps driving into you, he's making it tighter, or you get the sweep.
I'm pretty sure they're in there.
Everyone hear that? That's me letting go because he keeps breathing. So if he drives in here, the big difference on this guy is the same. Everything else is the same. You still frame, get the butterfly, you still head snap, but if you come over that arm, you're just not going to the side, you're centering. And trying to roll him up into your chest. So if I'm here with Gavin, I head snap, and I come over this arm, what happens to a lot of people is they still try to do this, and they just can't seem to, it just doesn't seem to be as tight. Even if you need to re-grip. All I'm doing is dropping this elbow down a little bit to put him in my chest. Driving in, rolling him up, keeping that tight. Questions on this one? And this is one, if you don't feel like it's in, pull his elbow up and sweep it. Because it's much easier to finish from the top. I'm always grabbing that fatty part of my palm. Here's a couple reasons why. Reason 1, if I start to lose that, I can transition into a fingertip. 2, it allows that wrist roll motion to be a little more natural than if I'm fingertips. If I'm palm to palm, that wrist motion is a natural upwards. It works down great, but up it still struggles. That's why I'm grabbing here, because it makes that wrist roll motion super natural. Any other questions? Speak up. Yeah, I mean, if you just have the traditional guillotine, you can still sweep it. You can still go. But in this one, sometimes it's going to be, guys are going to start driving into you here, and it's going to be really hard to get both hands inside. So this is one I like to go to, especially when I reset people up, and I'm already in this overhook position. Because now I'm centering him in my chest, rolling everything in, chin to his spine. Here. It's a real fun day to meet Gavin. Questions on that? Good. So we're here. One more time. I frame up. Boom. Put in. Center. Up. As soon as my feet hit, bop. Here. I'm coming over the top. Squeeze in. And if you're like, man, it's not in, pull this arm up and sweep. Questions? Hey. Knock it off. Alright, so for those of you who are pajama free, you're going to keep practicing those 2 options. If you have the pajamas up next, you're still going to re-guard and get into all this. But all we're going to do is I'm going to reach for a cross collar. Here. I'm going to set my knuckles right about where his collarbone is. Not way deep, right here in the collarbone. Here. And I'm still going to head snap, but while I'm head snapping, I'm going to pull this collar down and around. That is the detail of the day when you're pulling on collars, down and around. Too many of you guys are going to just pull it straight across and fuck up your wrist. When you do, I'm going to laugh at you. Down and around. So as we're going down and around, all we're going to do, our hand is going to find our elbow. Pull him in. And if it's in, it'll tap one before you go for the sweep. It's a real fun day to be gabbing. So we're here. I set that grip. Because we're here and I'm going to be looking to sweep and do stuff. I pull that collar down as I'm snapping this head. Kind of a 2-for-1, pulling that head down and across. As soon as I pull the arm across, I'm going to snap my hand. I'm going to loosen this up so Gavin can breathe while I pull. I'm going to snap my hand down through my elbow, and then I'm going to karate chop his shoulder. Is where I'm going. Does that make sense? The motion I'm looking for? It's the only good way I've found to describe it. You're not just pushing it down, and you're not just pushing back. You're kind of karate chopping towards that shoulder. As you're doing that, pulling in, looking to sweep towards the side that you crossed off. So I'm here, down, around, here. You land on top, you can either hold it, finish, or just take top. Just a real simple loop choke. Nice part about these is they're pretty efficient. One of my favorite ones to hit from this is just to threaten with it. Because I'll start pulling that collar down and across, and it makes people think real twice about trying to pass or do anything. Here. Here. Sweep over. You still finish. Damn. So, we're here. As I'm here, I grab that, down and around, through. Same thing, we're still starting from that re-guard position. We push back, we come up, down, through. My thumb and wrist should be on the far side of his neck. So how this is going to work, one collar's cutting off air, a little bit of collar is going to get, or blood, a little bit's going to get air, your wrist is going to get blood on the other side, and then when you actually snap his head down, that's how this locks in. Here and here. Questions on this one, guys?
As you're pulling through, are you keeping your wrist straight or are you keeping it on the rope?
Make sure I'm hearing you right. So when I'm pulling this down and around, I'm locking my wrist. Because if I'm like real bent wrist and all that, I'm going to hurt my wrist. That's what happens when you don't pull down first. When you just go around, you have to like bend your wrist to get your elbow up. And that's why you'll be like, God, that's my wrist hurt. Because you're not holding the collar down. That is what allows you to get that straight wrist, which is a lot more solid for when I can actually go to lock. Make sense? Daniel really appreciated that. Questions? Driller out. 1, 2. So I'm here. We're going here, and I set this collar grip. Well, let's say I go to snap this down, but I can't get my elbow all the way through. Like I get here, and either the grip's too deep, I can't get something's wrong, and I can't get myself all the way across. So as I'm pulling down here, I can't get my elbow up. All we're gonna do, you know that top patch grip I like a lot, right here? A lot of you guys will have like a patch or like your gi brand, like Ramsey's gi, where it says sand bowl. That's where I'm going. Here. As I'm here, he's gonna start to back himself up. All I'm gonna do, roll my elbow under, push his face across, pull my collar in, sit him in. So we're here. From the start, I'm here. Boom. I come in, sit myself up. I go to pull, and I can't get it. Before I let him back out or weave his head out, I'm just gonna set that grip. He rolls that head out for me. Sets it. Here. Ideally, I'm pulling him in. A lot of guys are going to start pulling way out from you here. All you got to do is scoot in and lift. This top hand is driving across the jawline. This bottom hand is cutting off. Here. So if I'm here, I set this collar grip. I go to head snap and it's not working. Grab that top patch grip. As he goes to roll his head out, here. Driving across that jawline, here. Finish. Just a simple cross collar choke, you're just not setting both hands inside the collar. You have all seen this choke before, right? All we're doing instead is just getting ahead of him stepwise and setting this one. Questions on that? One more time. I'm here. I frame. Get myself in. Sit him up. Set my collar grip whichever side I like. Snap his head down. Go to get my hand through. It doesn't work. Here. I'm going to fall to this side. Hold and attack this choke. If it does not work and you're just here, elevate, use the choke to sweep towards the underhand, towards the first grip you set. Realize with all these, you can either attack the choke or attack the sweep. Or do it as a 1-2 punch, which is how I like to set it. I'm going to choke you, and then I'm going to let the sweep go, because you'll be like, oh, he'll let go of the choke if I let him sweep me. And then I'll finish the choke. Something else. Questions on that? 1, 2.